When have you seen the real world hit a spoiled brat? There was this girl at my university named Sophia who was basically the embodiment of everything wrong with privilege. Her dad owned half the commercial real estate downtown, and she made absolutely sure everyone knew it. Designer everything from her Hermès bags to her Louboutin shoes, a different luxury car each semester, and this insufferable attitude that rules simply didn't apply to her because of her last name. Sophia strutted around campus like she owned the place, which she practically did. The business building bore her family's name in gold lettering. Her blonde hair was always perfectly styled, her makeup flawless even at 8 a.m. lectures, and she had this way of looking right through people she considered beneath her, which was pretty much everyone. She'd cut in line everywhere, park in faculty spots without a care, and use her phone during exams while professors pretended not to notice. When called out, she'd just toss her hair and laugh, saying, "Do you know who my father is?" in this sing-song voice that made everyone's teeth clench. But her absolute favorite target was this quiet girl named Maya, who worked in the campus bookstore. Maya was putting herself through school, working 3 jobs including weekend shifts at a diner. She had this gentle demeanor and worn textbooks held together with tape, and Sophia seemed to take personal offense to her very existence. Maybe it was because Maya represented everything Sophia couldn't buy: genuine kindness, work ethic, and respect, earned rather than inherited. Sophia would accidentally knock books out of Maya's hands, make loud comments about charity case scholarship students who don't belong here, and once even tried to get Maya fired by claiming she was rude. The worst part was how Maya would just quietly clean up the mess each time, never fighting back, which only seemed to encourage Sophia more. The breaking point came during finals week. Maya was studying in the library when Sophia strutted over with her usual posse. "Excuse me," Sophia announced loudly, "but you're going to need to move. My father donated this entire wing, so technically I own this space." Maya looked up with tired eyes. "I'm sorry, but I was here first, and I really need to finish this. There are plenty of other tables available." Sophia's perfectly glossed lips twisted into a cruel smile. "I don't think you understand. This isn't a request." Without warning, she swept her hand across the table, sending all of Maya's notes and textbooks cascading onto the floor. Then, as Maya scrambled to save her work, Sophia deliberately stepped on the scattered pages with her designer heels. What Sophia didn't know was that Maya's older brother, Jake, had just returned from his 3rd deployment overseas and was visiting campus. He'd been looking for his sister when he witnessed the entire incident, his jaw tightening as he watched some spoiled brat destroy her hard work. Jake was built like a truck, all muscle and controlled power, with the kind of calm, dangerous intensity that comes from actual combat experience. He walked over slowly and asked Sophia very quietly to apologize to his sister and help clean up the mess. Sophia looked him up and down with obvious disdain. "Excuse me, soldier boy, but this is between me and the help. Why don't you run along back to whatever trailer park you crawled out of before I call security?" The library had gone completely silent. Without raising his voice, Jake pulled out his phone and started recording. "Please repeat that for the camera. I want to make sure your father sees exactly who his daughter really is." Sophia's face went from smug to panicked. "You can't record me! Delete that right now!" But it was already too late. Jake had been streaming live to his social media accounts, and the video was spreading like wildfire. Within hours, it was everywhere, shared thousands of times, picked up by local news stations, and dissected in comment sections around the internet. By morning, her father's real estate empire was facing a massive boycott. The family name that had once opened every door was now toxic. The next day, Sophia came to campus for the last time, crying and frantically begging people to take down the video, but the internet never forgets. Her father had already pulled her out of school and cut off her allowance entirely. She'd gone from untouchable princess to social pariah overnight. Maya never saw her again, and somehow the campus felt a little brighter without Sophia's shadow darkening it.